Hello again. Now we continue with video number 5, the navigation editor MBnavedit. As similar to the other videos, we will see what MBnavedit is, how to launch it and navigate it, how to identify and correct navigation errors, how these edits integrate with the overall processing workflow, best practices and limitations. To show how MBnavedit works, I will load a different file, not in our sample dataset, because fortunately or unfortunately that dataset doesn't contain any navigation error as far as I know. Therefore, I selected a different file that contains some navigation errors. I would have to say that this is very uncommon since the last 10 years or so, especially on large systems like Kongsberg, ELAG, Atlas, HydroSweep, because nowadays a lot of these sensors are, let's say, very robust and very rarely contain navigation errors. For smaller or portable systems where things are, let's say, assembled as a Frankenstein, it's more likely that you may have some mismatches and protocols and sensors that are not working and communicating properly. So in those cases, I think you may see still some navigation errors, but nowadays I think this is very uncommon to happen. Let's start MBnavedit. In this case, I decided to not make the recording of the window narrower, because since the format of this window is on a portrait orientation, I think the YouTube video would look quite weird. So therefore, I'm leaving this area here, although nothing will happen over there. So, and the first thing I will do with the navigation editors is enable this one, roll, pitch and heave. So MBnavedit is supposed to correct problems with the navigation, and those problems can be as the time of the pings. Here we can see a variability as we go deeper. The ping times get bigger and bigger because of the depth. The signal has to travel a longer path to return before the system can ping again. So therefore, variations like this or like this are normal. But when you have standout points like this, then this is not normal. What we can also have nowadays is that in systems like Kongsberg, the multi-ping or dual swath, you basically have one ping that is just a few milliseconds after the next ping, and then the next ping will be based on the depth. But you have like the system transmitting two pings, so you basically will have one line here with the delta t and another line here. In this case, it was not using dual swath, so therefore we have these outliers here, and that's what we are going to correct now. So similarly as MBEdit and MBEditVis, we can load a data list of files and have them all available so that we can go to the next file, and next file. And here we have the plots of the time interval between pings. We have the longitude, which we also have problems. Latitude, no problems. And we have here the speed. Because of those wrong GPS fixes, we have like astronomic speed. And here we have the heading. And since we are going between 0 degrees, we are switching between that and that line, so that's completely normal. Here we have the sonar depth, and then here we have the roll, pitch and heave. You should note that roll, pitch and heave cannot be edited, at least not here. You could potentially export it out and then apply some filters or anything, and then apply it back using MBSet. But as a standard workflow, we did not make a roll, pitch, and heave possible to be added, because this is basically part of the homework. In order to have a proper multi-beam system working, you should have a proper, well-installed attitude sensor. If that's wrong, then yeah, the whole thing is wrong. So let's now go back to our problematic points here. You can see that they coincide with the speed errors over here. And then what we have to do is that we have to say select, and then we select those points. And then we press, I will just move the window slightly down, because you will see when I interpolate those to match with those values that this problem here will disappear. And now what I'm left is with the point at the start of the file with 0 speed. In this case, I will select this file again, or this point again, and press interpolate. And now that is gone. So now that we have done the corrections with the navigation, we can then press done or quit, and then apply those with MB process. Well, the limitations from MBnavedit is that you basically can work with just a single file, similar to MBARI. You cannot correct systematic biases. So, for example, if you have a drift on your underwater navigation from AUV or ROV, you have to use instead MBnavedit for that. And you can clearly afterwards assess the corrections you did with MBnavedit by visualizing the data in MBGRDvis once you have processed the data and created a new grid or so. Alright, I think that's the end of this video, and now let's go to the next one. Bye bye.